Good morning. This is a Facebook not live. It's April 19th, 2020. It's spring, which means it's shedding season for horses. Now this is our horse. This is Daisy. She is a quarter horse mare. She is 32 years old. She's going to be 33 next month, which in human equivalency is roughly like 93 years old. We don't ride her anymore. She's our little ambulatory lawn ornament. But as I said, it's spring, which means it's shedding season. And as you can see, if you look closely, you'll see lots of loose hairs, especially up here on the top. And this is the time of year when the old hair comes out and the new hair pushes in. And we spend a lot of our time pulling hair off of her. Like so. This can be an interesting meditative exercise. You'll notice I'm not really yanking at the hairs here. I'm just sort of running my fingers through, and this is what's coming off. It's amazing. It may look like the hair isn't all that short, but it is considerably longer than the summer coat. And it's so thick and heavy during the winter that snow can fall on horses and not melt because it insulates them so well. See, here's some longer hairs. And just gently stroke through, and this is what comes off. I think Daisy sort of likes it. She's not trying to get away from me. One could spend hours on it. In fact, equestrians usually end up spending hours on it. Like so. Now, Daisy last year was diagnosed with Cushing's disease, which is an illness where the pituitary gland goes sort of haywire. She's on a medication now. She's doing quite well. One of the side effects of Cushing's is that hair tends to curl. And some of this looks curly, but I don't think it's actually Cushing's disease. It's just her standing out in the rain. But the hairs I'm pulling off are a little bit, some of them do look a little curly. But she was just diagnosed last year. We'll see what happens when this winter coat is completely gone. Now I'm going to pick up an implement. This is a scraper. This is what we use to do serious hair removal and mud removal and dirt removal and whatever removal. And as you can see, if you run it along, it does a serious job of removing hair. This is the time of year when equestrians come to understand why it is so many things in years past were stuffed with horsehair. What happens to a lot of this stuff around here is it disappears. It just sort of sinks into the ground and decomposes. Some of it ends up in birds' nests. They can make do with the short stuff, but what they really like is the long hairs like the tail, where all the violin bow strings come from. Horse butt. So we can just work on this for hours and hours at a time, though we don't. Hair just dropping down. And it looks, for the longest time, like you're making no progress whatsoever. You just keep wondering, when is this all going to end? And then, one day, you come on out, and the horse has gone poof like a dandelion. And there she is, standing in her summer coat.